Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of I'm a Black Woman. Yes, I Matter. I want to absolutely give a shout out to my partners, Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust, who during August Black Business Month, we are highlighting, celebrating Black women-owned, led, and founded businesses here in South Florida. So my guest today is Kasha from Perfection KS. Kasha, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit more about your business?
My business, very short, is a skincare slash luxury candle business. So it is not your average candle business. So it's not candles that you're normally going to find at like your Walmarts, your Targets, but your luxury candle, which is a candle that basically lasts double the time than any other candle that you buy somewhere else.
I love that. And you also offer candle making classes, is that correct?
Yes, our candle making classes just started this week. I actually had my first one this past Saturday, and I'm so excited because it was so good. But we are starting to do it every day, doing 2 classes a day, and they range from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Excellent. So tell me what started your entrepreneurial journey?
So back in 2020, I found out that I was being let go from my job. And very quickly, I got stressed out because at that time I was about 4 weeks out from giving birth to my first son.
Oh my God.
So I was beyond stressed. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to pay my bills. I had just bought a house. I was going crazy. And I decided to get something to take my mind off of what the world just gave to me, and I started doing just skincare actually. And that was just calming me. And then next, I started to branch towards candles with the scents. And I started to just sell them to my neighbors. And from there, it actually became something. And then I started to get into the realm of events and markets. And it was a whole brand new world, but I fell in love with it.
That's great. So essentially, you're now a full-time entrepreneur. How did your
Yes.
mindset shift from being an employee to now being a boss?
For the most part, it didn't necessarily change because my role has always been in a manager role. So no matter where I worked at, I was always in charge of people. So I knew how to manage my time. I knew how to manage inventory. I knew how to do those types of things. So it was very easy for me to transition from running someone else's business to running my own business.
No, that's
And
great.
it just made sense to run my own instead of making someone else rich, right? That's kind of the goal.
That's great. You know what you're worth, right? And no one is actually going to pay you what you're worth. So now you can demand that, and then you can have fun doing it, which is exciting. I know there are definitely women out there who are thinking, man, I would love to start a business, but I'm afraid. What helped you take that leap of faith?
My boys are what helped me keep it going. So we all go to work, no matter where you work at, and you do it for your family. You do it for your, especially if you have kids, you do it for your kids. And me losing my job, it quickly showed me that no matter how hard you work anywhere, if it's not yours, you are always replaceable.
Hmm.
And I did not want my kids to grow up and have, because now I have 2 boys, but I did not want that to be something that they had to go through like I did. And I figured the best way is to make a business and give it something that I can hand down to them. And they can learn as little kids to learn how to be outspoken and to know how to manage things, because you unwillingly start to learn as you're doing things, you don't even realize it. And that's with my boys. I have them here with me sometimes, and they help me clean, they help me put things together, and they easily fall into place. And then they'll always have something to stand on rather than depending on someone else.
I love that. And how old are your boys?
My boys are 2 and 3.
Oh, look at them learning so early. Yes, get
Oh,
that
yeah.
legacy building started.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's so fascinating. So, if I think about, I know that you obviously had a job before you became an entrepreneur, but did you always know that at some point in time you wanted to have your own?
Not necessarily. Now we all when I was at my previous jobs, I would think it's kind of hard to do all of this work for these big corporations and you never get that pay you deserve, or when it's time to do it, it's like a recalibration and shifts gets moved around, and next thing you know, you're not getting what you're supposed to get. So in the back of your mind, or the back of my mind, I always thought, it would it be hard to actually do something for myself on my own? Like, how hard would this really be? And yeah, you have some moments where you get scared and you just kind of don't know how to start. But it was a little easy for me because, like I said, I was always in that role. So I just had to believe in myself at that point and just say, go for it. If you can do it for one person, you can do it for yourself. Just go, put your feet down and go for it. And here I am.
I love that. It looks like that you're recording this in your shop, right?
Yes, yes.
So you actually have a physical storefront. Can you tell us where that's located?
It is located right off of US 1. It is outside of Homestead. It's between Homestead and Naranja. The address actually says Homestead, but it's more on the Naranja side. It's right off the highway. You can't miss it. We have a big sign that says Perfection KS in front of the store, finally. So you definitely cannot miss it. We are right on the highway.
That's great. So it must have been scary in the middle of the pandemic to create something that was a storefront when
Yes.
people may not have been able to come in, or we were still under masking orders and 6 feet apart. Can you talk a little bit about that journey?
Now, my journey actually at this store started in December of last year. I originally, me, my husband, my family, we originally started this business in New Jersey. That's where we are moving from. And we were looking for places there actually. And then he got relocated with his job and relocated us to Florida. So at that point, we were a little bit scared because we didn't know the area. The area didn't know us. Nobody knows of a candle making business called Perfection KS. So it was kind of hard, but it kind of just fell into place. We got here, we looked at one spot, which is this one, and within 2 days, they already offered it to us. So we
Oh,
kind of took it as a sign of that's where you're meant to be. So now our biggest struggle is just getting people to know who we are.
yeah,
But
no, it
yeah,
makes sense. The marketing and the word of mouth, and thankfully, you're on social media, so we can have a broader audience. I was just having a great conversation with someone about how social media allows you to reach more people. Let's talk a little bit more about how important it is to have a support system as an entrepreneur.
it's very important. There was many times that I doubted myself. There was many times where revenue wasn't coming in, or well, that was kind of the major thing. Revenue just wasn't coming in, and at this point, you have rent to pay. You still had to got to keep your inventory up. You still have to do your marketing, and to a point, it gets a lot, especially if you don't have a lot of people to help.
Mm,
So it's very important to have someone to keep you focused at what's going to happen rather than what's going on in the moment, because it is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And we all walk in as entrepreneurs thinking, I'm going to open a store and I'm going to be a billionaire tomorrow. And that's really not how it works. That is not how it works whatsoever. And with my with my family and my husband, it's they just keep me level headed. They keep me straight. They keep me not going home and bringing home or work home, because that's another major thing that I struggled with.
mm.
But to constantly just think about ways you can change this and the price this and to label this, it comes a time where you have to just stop and just be yourself, be the mom you are, the wife you are, and not think about work. And that's when your support system comes in, because they alleviate you from having to work literally 24/7.
I love that. And so, how do you measure success?
I measure success based on what you put out there.
Mm,
So I can easily bring someone in and sell them a candle, right? And they never come back. but it's that experience when they come in that makes them want to come in even for a conversation or to talk. And that 5-minute conversation can easily turn that person into walking out and telling the world about this wonderful place that they went to. And that's how I kind of base my success on, not so much as selling to every person I see, but giving them a memorable experience when they have an encounter with me.
I like that, a memorable experience, and also what you're talking about is building long-lasting relationships, hopefully, within the business, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about the candle, it's about the entire experience. I really appreciate that.
Right.
So as a fellow candle lover, I love when my house smells good or when I'm out on my balcony and I've got some good stuff out there. To me, that is a way that I practice self-care. Can you talk a little bit about how you practice self-care?
Me personally, I have moments where I just disappear. I can come into the store and it's either making candles because we all know different fragrances bring out a different mood that you're having, right? And when I feel like I'm getting too stressed or something's not going right or I'm about to just lose my mind over something so simple, I know I need to back away and I either make candles, I'm at home, I lay by the pool with just music going and I just mellow out because sometimes you just need quiet. Sometimes you just need to be to yourself and to not really think, but to just be. And that's how I kind of just take care of myself. I allow myself to just be me and not the worker, the mom, the wife, or anything like that.
I love that. Just being you and just being in silence. I don't think that we
Mhm.
oftentimes take the time to do that. And so that's a really great self-care tip. Kasha, thank you so much for being here. Can you please tell the people where they can find you?
You can find, well, first, thanks for having me. And you can find me, everyone, you can find me on Instagram. It's Perfection KS 2021. Or you can find me on Facebook, the same name, Perfection KS. And also online, I am online at www.perfectionks.com. And on there, you can even find me and email me and talk to me on there. But those are all my handles. I am always available, or you can always find me right off the highway, US 1, north, a little north of Homestead. It's 26210 North Dixie Highway, but I'm right here and I'm always able to be found.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please, please make sure you support Kasha and Perfection KS. Get your candle making experience. I want to also thank the Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust for allowing this platform during Black Business Month to highlight, celebrate Black women owned, led, and founded businesses here in South Florida. Until next time, I'm Kabar Denise. Peace.